Hi, everyone. As you all know, tomorrow here in Canada, cannabis will be legal for adults. Still not legal to minors, but we know from the history of tobacco, the history of alcohol, that minors do consume products that are not legal for them. So as parents, we need to really arm ourselves with really great information because teens pick up all sorts of information. Some of it is true and some of it is not. So as parents, we really need to do our homework on this issue. So I am here to help you with that. Now, I know that it can be scary to think about your teenager starting to use drugs, and really, long term, what we want is to maintain open communication with our teens. As soon as teens feel like we are judging them or disapproving of them, they shut down and will hide whatever they're doing. So if we want to have a long-term relationship with them where we can really be their guide through all that they're experiencing, we need to keep the lines of communication open. We know that your teen being offered some sort of cannabis product is inevitable, especially in a country where cannabis is legal. So the question isn't, what would you do if someone offers you drugs? It's, what will you do when someone offers cannabis to you? And being really clear that that could be in lots of different forms. It could be in an edible product, it could be an oil, it could be something to inhale or vape. So helping our teens understand what they believe and think about that situation, and then helping your teen understand what you believe and think about that situation. So really, that question can be a great opening place because it helps us to help our teens. Now, a few things that we have to help our teens understand. Some teens might say, but you smoked pot when you were a teenager? And helping them understand that today it is a completely different ball game, and the products that are available are drastically different than what may have been used 20 years ago. So making it clear it's a different ball game. Another thing that some teens might say is, it's just one time. What harm is that going to do? And we can help them remember, like, yeah, you tried chips just one time and now you love eating chips all of the time. So there are these things that we can start to enjoy that may not be really great for our health. So helping them understand that. Another factor is that cannabis has a negative impact on brain development. So for adults who have a mature and fully grown brain, cannabis can be fine, but for adolescents, their prefrontal cortex is still growing. So what that means is they're not good at thinking of long-term consequences. They are high risk takers. They seek easy, pleasurable activities, and that makes them even more susceptible to really being drawn to something like marijuana that can change their physiology and make them feel a certain way that they enjoy. So really helping teens understand the stage of development that they're at and what makes them different from adults can really help them to make a wise choice so that they recognize that the reason why it's banned for them and not legal is because we're trying to protect their brain health. And I've even heard a scientific researcher say that when a teen starts frequently using a drug, and frequent could be as little as 3 times in a week, which some teens may really downplay and say that's not a really big deal. If they are using that frequently, it actually stalls their development at that point. So if they're 16 and they start using 3 times a week, they are going to perpetually be like they are 16 and not develop the brain capacity at 17 and 18 that they would have otherwise. And so that can be really an important piece to help our teens understand, because we know they probably want to hang out with their friends and they want to maybe graduate from high school, and all of those things need high brain functioning for that to happen. So the bottom line here is help your teen understand, I get that you're curious about this because it's new, because it's legalized, that makes it seem like it's not such a big deal. But because you are not yet fully developed in your brain, this is a different ballgame for you than it is for adults. And asking them, what could you do if your friend offered you some sort of cannabis product, marijuana, pot, an edible cannabis brownie? What will you do in that situation? And really brainstorming with them, what are some possible solutions? Because here's the thing, even the most upright, self-regulating, responsible teen is going to be tempted, even though they know, okay, it's not great for my brain, it's not yet legal. Those two things are not always enough to be a barrier to them from trying it, because they are curious and they want to connect with their peers. So those two factors, curiosity and connection with their peers so that they can belong, often can override their usual responsible behavior. So really helping plan out with your teen what they might do. Here are some options. Your teen may feel completely comfortable saying, no, it's not for me. They may need some reason. They may feel like they have to give a reason. One reason might be, I just can't. I would love to, but I can't because I have a health condition. And they can leave it at that. And the health condition could be that they're in perfect health. But even knowing that they could say, I have a health condition that is a barrier, is another easy out. And sometimes teens will push at like, well, what is it and what does that mean? And helping your teen recognize they don't need to say any more and really stand strong in that position. Another great one that I know is so true for many teens is, my parents would kill me if they knew I tried it, so I just can't. I can't risk all of those things and my parents' trust and all of the responsibilities and the perks that I have at home. So I sometimes call that the strict parent card. Playing the strict parent card can be great because it positions a teen as really, I'd like to, I can still hang out with you, I can still be your friend, which helps them save face in the moment. Whether or not that's true is another story, but it helps them in a moment to, finesse that social situation that can be awkward, not give the other person the feeling that they're rejecting them, so they can maintain that social connection, which is so important to them, but they can still have an out so that they do not have to get involved in that behavior. There also is a really incredible resource created by Drug Free Kids Canada called the Cannabis Talk Kit, and I'll put the link below because that gives you some more really great information and strategies for talking with your teen about this. Many teens have heard that cannabis can help with anxiety, and that's a big problem for many teens. Some teens might say, it's going to help with my ADHD, and it's all natural, and maybe it'll help me with my sleep. So there are lots of really great reasons that teens might look to cannabis for relief from whatever they're experiencing. And as adults, we need to help them recognize that if they are under 18, it is not the time to be trying that. And Drug Free Kids Canada recommends encourage your child to delay their use until they are an adult. So I hope this is helpful for helping you think about how to position yourself as really helping your teen understand that you get why they're curious and why there is such great temptation to try this, but arming them with really concrete information about why they should delay until later in life. So if you need more support with this, check out the Drug Free Canada Talk Kit, or you can connect with me and I'm happy to walk you through how you can do this in a way that will keep you connected with your teen and not be another point of contention between you. Okay, until next time, be well.